Good evening, guys. I'm saying good evening to the tug addicts out there because we're going to start to do our vlog in the evenings now at 7. We asked everybody to try to give us a time, but I know we can't satisfy everyone. We're going to, we got the East Coast, the West Coast, people working, people coming home. My wife, matter of fact, is had to go to Atlanta this evening and to work. And she just let me know she's in the hotel and hopefully she's listening to the vlog. First thing I want to do is see the comment that she gave me. She would apologize. She said she would accept my, oh man. She said that she would forgive me if I take her to go fishing Sunday since I forgot our anniversary on Tuesday. And I'll get back to our fishing trip later. I had a response. At the end of our show, we always talk about taking a kid fishing at the end. And I couldn't remember the TV host years ago here in Savannah that would end his show by saying, get a kid hooked on fishing and not on drugs. And it was Craig Fitzgerald reminded me it was Johnny Cole, who used to work for WTOC here in Savannah. I'm going to kind of get into the comments and we'll jump around and we'll get back to our fishing trip on Sunday that my wife and I had. One of the comments I want to start off here was by, I think it's Tex Quinn, Quin. He said, great broadcast this morning. That was Saturday. I would love to troll for trout. I have a hard enough time catching them standing up. Then he says, I have a great weekend, Captain. Well, we went trolling for trout this weekend, but my wife and I actually caught more standing up. And I'll get back to that. Brian McCullough said around 7 o'clock would be a good time. Thanks for the fishing tips. Thank you for commenting, Brian. We don't have a name on this one, but I'll give a plug out to his business. It said General Contract American Craft Renovations. 7 works for me. Thanks for boning and the fillet knife. I'm assuming he had purchased our knives. I always clean quite a few fish. I already cleaned quite a few fish with them. Can't wait for the next videos. We have some coming, Brian. We just got a bunch in the can. We're doing the vlogs, but we're going to start going back and doing our regular videos, and we're going to mix it up back and forth. Robert R. said, I miss trolling with my granddad over in South Carolina near the old monkey farm. I'm not sure where that is. Please let me know, Robert, if you are here in this broadcast. Says, I can't wait to get back in the kayak for crappie, trout, and reds. Said 7 p.m. does work for me. Tight lines and God bless. Have a Perry Van Hook. Looking forward to your fishing videos. And the first time I watched a color TV in Dad's and Mom's house was when I came home from leave from the Navy. My brother bought it. He said 1981. I go back a while myself. Understand the music comment he was referring to when we see videos and people come in with the music at the beginning. I remember when I saw my first color TV come on, I was sitting in a friend of mine's house who lived around the corner. His name was Mike Brady, and his parents added on a den to the house. And boy, that was really something in those days. And we sat around and I watched the NBC Peacock feathers open up. And I went home and I asked my dad, I said, Dad, why don't we have a color TV? He said, our black and white TV will do good enough. And it wasn't even ours. I had an uncle who was moving, and he left this 11-inch screen Philco for my brother and I to watch TV on when I was a kid. But then with the color TVs that did come out later on, he ended up happily always bought a new TV every few years. And back in those days, if you guys remember, they came in a cabinet. And my mother didn't mind because he always would refresh a new cabinet TV, which just happened to be right before football season. Go figure. Another thing I want to go over is Ben Barry said, yes, I grew up in those days. And he mentioned they had 3 major TV channels. We only had 2. And then later on, we had 3. And my brother and I always used to kid it out. Dad's remote control was us. He'd say, Vince, get up and turn the channel. And we went to 3 channels. We really thought we were moving something along. Monica asked me, she said, what did y'all do for entertainment? I said, well, back in those days, we ate as a family unit. We didn't have an iPad or a phone in our hands 24/7. We conversed, and we had a radio. Our old program we used to listen to was Amos and Andy. Another comment we got was from a Thomas Horn. He was talking about Johnny Cole ending the show about having a kid hooked on fishing. I know I've repeated myself on these things that tell them to get hooked on fishing, not on drugs. Got a comment here. Air Stick, giving a shout out to Joshua for his air stick. Y'all look it up. Great product. Lighting's looking good. Awesome. He said, let me know if you can see this, his comments. We got a Victor Gazad. Thank you for the filleting tips. Thank you, Victor, for tuning in and watching our videos and blogs that we're doing. I told you I would get back and talk about our day that we had trolling yesterday. We started the morning off. It was really high tides, about 9.5 foot tides here. And we started out on the outgoing. We fished 3 or 4 different places trolling, and with the grass coming out of the marsh, it was hard to keep our lines without getting hooked up with baits. We finally moved to another spot, and my wife just happened to make a pitch after this one boat kept kind of going back and forth in front of us. Once they got out, I kind of pitched, and then all of a sudden she looked at her watch. Oh, it must be 11 o'clock, and everybody was out in the river, either going to the Hilton Head or wherever they were going in their boats, running out the intercoastal. So we decided to quit after having 4 fish, I think it was total. And we went on home, had lunch, relaxed in the afternoon, went back out that evening, trolled again, caught a couple of fish, and we worked another side and got up by a dock where I said we'd caught fish in the past. And my wife again pitched out there, got a trout on. Pitched out again, she got another trout on. Next thing she knows, she said, you got to get the net on this one. She had a really nice red, about 2.5 pounds. We moved over to the other side of this dock, and we sat there and caught, I think we had 14 keepers, and we threw back, I think it was 6 or 7. So we kept moving, and that's the name of the game. Don't stay in one spot. And it was getting dark. We wanted to get on home, and I don't know how many we could have sat there and caught and released throughout the evening. It was game on, even though the barometric pressure had fallen. But at the end of the day, Monica said it was a hell of a day, and it was. Those are the days that keep you going, coming back and back. Let's see. My wife, your wife had a fun day. She commented. She must be set up in the hotel room watching our vlog tonight. I want to thank everybody for the comments, and that's what we'd like to refer back to people, mention their names, and tell them thank you again. I also want to comment that how we ended these vlogs with our little nostalgia tips. Let's see. Well, the one we're going to end up with this evening is going to be a couple of them. The first one's going to be, remember when no one owned a hybrid dog? We used to call them Heinz 57. And the other one I want to end on is, you remember when a quarter was a decent allowance and it was made from silver? Washington quarter, 1955. Guys, I want to thank you again for tuning in. Tomorrow evening, I'll show you some of the baits that Monica and I were using to pitch to catch those trout in the evening. It was just about 45 minutes before dark when they really turned on. I'll show you those tomorrow in the vlog. I want to end this again by saying, don't forget to take a kid fishing, and you can't catch them on the couch. Guys, we appreciate everything. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and give us a thumbs up. Have a good evening, and we're going to hopefully keep this going at 7 o'clock in the evening. I know we can't satisfy everyone, but we appreciate your comments. And thanks again. Tight lines to you.